Hello everybody! Welcome to this channel. It's actually my first video here. This is kind of just a test video, to be honest. But we're going to be reading Am I Overreacting Reddit stories. I've got 3 stories prepared for you guys, and let me just say, some of these are actually insane. Like, I can't believe that this stuff actually happens to people in real life. So I've got them on the iPad, and we're going to read them because I just love hearing drama from other people's lives. It is just interesting, isn't it? Here's the first one. Am I overreacting for getting out the car and Ubering home after a message popped up on the dash? Okay, so I, 20 female, have been with my boyfriend, 22 male, for about a year and a half. We live in the same city and I'm at his place basically every night. I really thought we were on the same page about everything until last night. We were driving to get food and his phone was plugged into the car for the GPS. A message popped up on the screen from a girl's name I didn't know, and it literally said, "Are you coming over later? I miss you." Bad luck there, mate. I'm telling you, bad luck. I just froze. I didn't even yell. I just asked who it was and immediately ripped the cord out of his phone and started acting super jumpy. He told me I misread it and that it was actually a text from his sister asking about dinner. I told him sister has a different name, and he started raising his voice and saying I'm paranoid and always looking for a reason to fight. He wouldn't show me the phone and kept saying I was invading his privacy by staring at his screen while he was driving. He literally told me I'm being delusional and that my anxiety is ruining a good thing. Bruh. I beg your his pardon. I told him to pull over at a gas station and I got out of the car and called an Uber because gaslighting me was making me feel like I was actually losing it. Now he's blowing up my phone, saying I'm immature for jumping out of the car and that I'm being too unstable to be in a relationship. If he's going to freak out over a random notification, if I'm going to freak out over a random notification, he's making me feel like I'm the one who messed up. But I know what I saw. Am I overreacting? No, you are not overreacting. That is such a valid response, to be quite honest. You didn't even shout him, so I don't know why he's saying that you're overreacting, because you're just not. You just asked calmly, who was that? I would have done the exact same. Actually, no, I don't think I would have. I probably would have, like, shouted, but, you know, I don't think you were reacting at all. I think that was a very valid and calm response to a situation, so, yeah. This next one is actually probably one of the craziest things I've ever heard in my life. I can't believe that this even is real. This sounds like a story. Well, it is a story, but like, it sounds like it's from a film. Am I overreacting? My boyfriend staged a test to see if I would cheat with his cousin. What the freak, bro? Sorry if I'm sniffling as well. My hay fever's been so bad and I don't know why. I'm literally inside all day at college, so I don't know why my hay fever's so bad. Right, let's get into this insane story because a lot to unpack. I, 26 female, have been dating my boyfriend, 29 male, for about a year. Everything has been normal. Perhaps too normal. Last weekend he invited me to a small family hangout at his place. Nothing crazy, just food, music and a few drinks. He mentioned his cousin would be there too, but I'd never met him before. Valid. I got there, his cousin, 27 male, was weirdly attentive, not creepy, just very intentional, complimenting me, offering to refill my drink, sitting next to me every chance he got. At first, I thought, okay, maybe he's just friendly. But then my boyfriend started to disappear, like fully vanishing into other rooms for long stretches of time. At one point, it was just me and the cousin. in the living room. He turns to me and goes, "So, do you always go for guys like him?" I laughed it off. But he kept pushing, saying things like, "You could do better, you know. Not everything is as it seems. Some men like to share." Who? Who? Some men like to share? What?
Bruh.
At that point, I was uncomfortable. I texted my boyfriend asking where he was. No reply. Then, the cousin straight up says if he wanted to do something, you wouldn't tell him, right? What? You've literally, first of all, that is his cousin. That is the boyfriend's cousin. Of course you'd bloody tell him. Why would he do that to his cousin anyway? I immediately got up and went to find my boyfriend. And guess where he was? In the hallway on his phone, right outside the door. I bet you, I know what he was doing. He had a cup up to the wall like that, listening in. Bet you. I asked him what the hell was going on. He smiled and said, "Relax, I just wanted to see how you'd handle yourself." Handle myself? Valid crash out. Valid crash out. I told him that it was insane and left immediately. Now he's texting me saying I passed and I'm wifey material. That is the biggest ick ever. The biggest ick ever. The word wifey in general. There's the door. Get out. And I'm overreacting because nothing actually happened. But I feel set up, tested, low-key disrespected. Now, like, why am I being put on some loyalty experiment I didn't sign up for? Am I overreacting, or is this actually just messed up as it feels? Absolutely yes. Because that just shows he didn't trust you in the first place. So he wanted to see how you would react with other boys. So he clearly didn't trust you to begin with. That is hella fucked up. That is like... If my boyfriend did that to me, broken up with, on the spot, out. That is so fucking wrong. Bro, there's actually some crazy people out there, isn't there? That's like... needs to get sent into the loony bin, if you know what I mean. This next one, oh my god. This one is like... all I have to say about this one is... some families... they're hella strange. Hella strange, right? Am I overreacting for calling off my engagement because my fiance's family is tested to see if I was a gold digger? Using a throwaway because my fiance is an occasional Redditor and I don't want him to find this. I, 24 female, have been with my fiance, 27 male, for almost 4 years. He has a really well-paid job in tech, and I make pretty average money. We've always split things fair, and I've never asked him for anything expensive, trips or anything. I honestly thought money was a non-issue for us. I never was interested in him for his money anyways. We genuinely clicked so well and I loved his personality. We are into the same nerdy things and his family seemed to really like me. I never thought I would have to worry about our relationship going south until now. A few days ago my fiance sat me down and he said he had something he wanted to tell me. I was smiling like it was good news. He basically told me that his family had been secretly testing me for the last 11 months to make sure I wasn't a gold digger. They said they were worried I only liked him for his income and wanted proof before we got married. The test was that they all made it seem like he was struggling financially and might lose his job. His mum would casually bring up layoffs. His dad talked about how unstable tech is and slowly turned it into you might have to lose his job and you guys might have to really downsize. At one point his mum even told me I should be prepared financially to help him if it came to that. I never wanted to bring up the possibility of a layoff because I didn't want to stress him out. I wanted to be prepared to support him if needed. So I started budgeting more, saving money, cutting back on random spending, skipping stuff I wanted, and just generally trying to prepare for the worst. I constantly reassured my fiance, encouraged him, and told him we'd be fine. That I didn't care about money, and that I just wanted us. But the whole thing was fake. His job was never in danger, his income never changed, there were no layoffs. His family literally planned this thing together. They kept it going for almost a year. Social comments made in passing to manipulate and test me. Right. So I cut this bit down a bit because it was getting a long story. But they basically did this whole plan because his brother was in a messy divorce. And he ended up having to pay loads of child support. And they obviously thought that his brother's ex-wife was a gold digger, which is why they had a divorce. She just wanted the money, basically. And they were just scared that that was going to happen to him too. My fiance said his parents finally told him that I had passed. And that they felt comfortable with him marrying me now. Why is it up to them? Why is it generally up to them? I literally don't understand that. He said he wanted to tell me because he thought I'd be relieved to know that he isn't actually struggling financially, and that it just shows how much his family cares about protecting him. To reward her for passing, he said that he was going to upgrade the honeymoon to a nicer resort in Hawaii. I told him I felt manipulated, embarrassed, and honestly humiliated, that his whole family was just watching my reactions and judging my character behind my back for almost a year. He said I'm looking at it wrong, and that I proved I'm not with him for his money, and that this should make me feel more secure in the relationship. Right. Genuinely, first of all, that is just wrong. Second of all, it's not up to his family who he gets to marry. It's up to him. If he loves you, he should just marry you anyway. It's not up to anybody else. And I've always said that. Third of all, why didn't he come to you when this had happened? Does he think that's right? But we have an update for this one. We have an update. So remember at the start of the story when I said that she's using a throwaway because her husband, fiance, is occasionally a Redditor. Newsflash, guys, he found the post. He found the post and now they're on a break from the relationship. And I don't actually think she told us if they'd called the wedding off or not, but I'm going to assume that they did, if they're on a break from the relationship, which I think's hella valid. I would have done the same. I would have dead ass done the same. But yeah, they're the Reddit stories I had prepared today. I don't think any of them were overreacting, to be quite honest. We had a bit of a theme for this one, didn't we? We had a theme of like weird families and boyfriends for this one, but they're always the good stories because men are kind of like, you know what I mean? But yeah, I don't think any of them were overreacting. But yeah, let me know if you guys enjoyed this video. It's actually the first video on this YouTube channel, guys. Smash that subscribe button, smash the like button. But yeah, I'm definitely going to do more videos soon. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, but yeah. I love reading Reddit stories. I always go to bed while watching Reddit stories and Minecraft, but obviously I'm not playing Minecraft, but yeah, let me know. I just glitched. Let me know what you guys would like to see. I'm definitely into making vlogs, definitely into reading Reddit stories, definitely into just sitting and doing literally nothing. But yeah, bye. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, smash the like button. Bye.